William Pierre Robert, affectionately known simply as Pierre Robert, was one of Philadelphia's most iconic radio personalities and an enduring figure in American rock broadcasting. With an estimated net worth of around $3 million at the time of his death, Robert's legacy extended far beyond the airwaves. He was a cultural symbol of authenticity, passion for music, and a voice that connected generations of rock fans. His name became synonymous with WMMR-FM, the station where he worked for an extraordinary 44 years until his death on October 29, 2025. Early life. Pierre Robert was born on August 1, 1955, in Truckee, California. From a young age, he developed an interest in rock music and the counterculture movement that defined the 1960s and 1970s. Those years deeply influenced his character and future career. His mellow tone, long hair, and laid-back demeanor reflected the free-spirited essence of that era. Early career beginnings. Robert began his broadcasting journey at 94.9 KSAN-FM in San Francisco, one of America's pioneering progressive rock stations. The station was a haven for eclectic playlists and free-thinking DJs, giving Robert an environment to cultivate his unique on-air personality. However, when KSAN changed its format to urban country and western in the early 1980s, he found himself at odds with the new direction. For a short period, he went on air under the pseudonym Will Robertson, but his heart remained with rock music, and he soon moved on in search of a new home. That new chapter began quite by chance. While driving a friend to school in Philadelphia in his 1970 Volkswagen van, fondly nicknamed Minerva, Robert decided to try his luck at 93.3 WMMR, a station with a strong rock legacy. He sent in a demo tape, but initially, the management turned him down. To make ends meet, he took a job at a local health food store called a Scene. One fateful day, after visiting a palm reader who predicted he'd receive good news soon, Robert returned home to find a letter from WMMR's station manager, Joe Bonadonna, offering him a position. That single moment marked the start of a remarkable 44-year career with the station, beginning in 1981. WMMR and rise to fame. Over the decades, Pierre Robert became the soul of WMMR. His voice was instantly recognizable to millions of listeners across the Philadelphia region, and his free-spirited personality made him one of the most beloved figures in radio. He hosted various shifts over the years, from early mornings to overnight sessions, and eventually settled into a late morning slot from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. His timing, however, was famously flexible, earning the nickname Pierre Standard Time, since his shows often started or ended off schedule. Robert's programs were a blend of creativity, humor, and community. Among his most popular segments were the Coffee Break Music Marathon, Pierre's Planner, and the Workforce Blocks, where he played sets of songs by specific artists based on listener requests. Another beloved feature was the Vinyl Cut, a segment that celebrated classic records from WMMR's extensive archive. In the 1980s, Robert introduced Reginald the Butler, a quirky on-air companion who would ceremoniously ring a bell to announce the beginning of a workforce block. This sense of playful showmanship helped endear Robert even more to his audience. He was also known for his tradition of playing Arlo Guthrie's 18-minute song, Alice's Restaurant, in its entirety every Thanksgiving, a ritual that fans eagerly anticipated each year. A distinctive personality. Robert's charm came from his authenticity. Described by many as a hippie, he embodied the idealism and warmth of the 1960s, even as he navigated the modern broadcasting world. His favorite greeting, "Great day in the morning," became a signature phrase. He affectionately referred to his listeners as citizens, a reflection of his inclusive and friendly nature. Although Philadelphia is a city obsessed with sports, Robert admitted he wasn't particularly interested in athletics. As a running joke, he would refer to all of the city's teams, regardless of their actual colors, as the boys in blue, punctuating his mentions with the humorous phrase, "Sports up." This quirk only added to his charm, as it showed his good-natured detachment from the sports mania surrounding him. Milestones and achievements. Robert's influence extended far beyond his daily broadcasts. He was revered within the rock community, often granted rare interviews with legendary musicians who respected his deep knowledge and genuine love for their work. In October 2019, he was inducted into the Philadelphia Music Walk of Fame, alongside one of his favorite local bands, the Hooters. Throughout his tenure, WMMR celebrated Robert's milestones in memorable ways. In 2001, on his 20th anniversary, the station hosted a massive party at the Spectrum and gifted him a 1972 Volkswagen Type 2 Westphalia, nicknamed Minerva II, to replace his original bus, which had been impounded and crushed by the Philadelphia Parking Authority. The van became a symbol of his bohemian spirit and his deep bond with listeners. A year later, he drove Minerva II across the Delaware Valley as part of the WMMR-FM Fund, raising money for the Fox Chase Cancer Center in honor of Sharon Osbourne. In 2006, the station marked his 25th anniversary with a month-long tribute, and in 2011, musician Bob Baru performed a concert in his honor at the World Café Live to celebrate his 30th year on air. By 2012, Minerva II had fallen into disrepair, but the vehicle's emotional value to both Robert and his fans prompted Coliseum-Max to undertake a full restoration. Artist Franny Drummond gave the van a fresh look with custom airbrushed artwork, while weekly videos documented the process, rekindling nostalgia for his longtime followers. In 2021, as he celebrated 40 years at WMMR, the studio was officially renamed the Pierre Robert Studio, in recognition of his 4 decades of service. Despite being in his late 60s, Robert showed no signs of slowing down and even signed a multi-year contract extension in January 2024, ensuring his presence on air for years to come. Death and legacy. Tragically, on October 29, 2025, Pierre Robert was found dead at his home. His passing marked the end of an era for Philadelphia radio and left an irreplaceable void in the rock music world. Fans, musicians, and colleagues flooded social media with tributes, recalling how his voice had been a daily companion through decades of music and memories. Robert's connection with his audience was profound. He never saw himself merely as a DJ, but as a bridge between the artists and the fans. His heartfelt delivery, boundless enthusiasm, and unwavering dedication to rock music made him a legend. He often ended his shows with a heartfelt, "God bless the Grateful Dead," and his life mirrored that sentiment, a soul deeply devoted to the music that defined a generation. In the end, Pierre Robert was more than just a voice on the radio. He was a cultural institution. His 4-decade career was built not on trends or fame, but on genuine love for music and people. His memory endures through the countless listeners who grew up hearing his voice and through the WMMR community he helped build. A family united by rock, humor, and heart. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.